Welcome back today, guys. Thank you guys for stopping in. Look at where we've made it back to again, back here again. So hopefully we're rounding down on the bean planter videos. So I just had another video post like a couple minutes ago, and somebody asked me, all this work that we are doing to the planter, are we gonna have to do it every year? And the answer is hopefully not, because like he was saying in the comments, this is a lot of work to do every year. So hopefully all this work that we are doing, how long do you hope it will last us?
Amount of acres we plant, maybe a decade.
A decade? Well, we're hoping probably consistently, I'd say 4 to 5 years would be good.
Well, the seed disc openers, we can shim them in, so, and the gauge wheels should last, these parallel arm bushings should last a long time, years.
And like I said, a lot of the stuff that we are putting on besides the parallel arm bushings, everything is adjustable to wear. So as it wears out, we can make stuff tighter, and then we can run more life out of it.
This planter was wore out.
Yeah, we bought a wore out planter. And we bought a wore out overpriced planter. We are on the last stretch for our parallel arms. So all of these nuts and bushings that we have on here, you guys see this really thin nut right here? It's actually got a bushing piece that slides in there too to meet with the bolt. And so this nut has to be torqued to 145 foot-pounds, and then we have to put a jam nut on the end with some Loctite, and that joker has to be torqued to 100 foot-pounds. So you look at 13 rows here, 4 bolts per row, and then you have to go through and put another 4 jam nuts on there. You're doing a lot of torquing.
I'm doing a lot of torquing.
Yes, I'm supervising.
He's gonna do 1 row on camera. So I've done 12 rows already.
It makes me look good.
It's like those TV shows, those home improvement TV shows that was real big a few years ago, where all the crews do all the work. One of the guys I know, he volunteered and said every now and then the host or whoever was hosting the show would show up, and they'd be there and they'd film something 15 or 20 times, and then they'd be gone. Well, I'm the background torquing all these, and he's the one that shows up at the very end.
That is what I'm that is my talent around here. So we've made it back here, back to our planter. It's a new day, and we've got some new stuff to put on. Actually, it's not new, it's been here, it's just been waiting in the box to get put in. But you see right here how we got our row cleaners run right here? So right here we have an arm that extends with a hub on it. That hub obviously serves a purpose for this no-till culture that rides right here. This is just a wavy disc blade. And what that does is, since we run a no-till operation, or try to the best of our ability, is it makes a pre-cut before your opening disc get to it. So that way your ground's sort of already opened up for your seed. Do you want to explain to them your model car you're putting together? Yeah,
I'm sure people remember putting together model cars and all the pieces came like this. So we had one missing seed firmer unit, and I could have bought a different one, but I thought, oh, I'll buy the same thing. It's a universal mount, and so it comes in pieces with no instructions. So all I need now is my glue, and I can glue all the pieces together in the model car.
From Central City, Kentucky, the home of True Vine Farms, the one and only Farmer King.
For a minute in the quiet, it feels like it was before. I get lost just for a moment, thinking I'm not where I am. And I didn't want to feel this way, tired of being out of place. Give me a one-way ticket out of here someplace. I know I can't be happy, it's not in my head.
Well, things have went to crap real fast. So all the bolts that are in those hubs, he put the bolts back in there. The previous owner has, and since they've seized up. We've already done the back half of the planer, and we had one bolt out of 7 rows snap on the whole thing, and there's 6 bolts per hub. This one, we've had 2 bolts snap in here. The next hub, we've had one already snapped off before we even owned the planer. The next one was the same way. Then we got to the one that I'm down there now, and it just flat out, they're snapping as they're going in. And I'm done with it, because we're gonna have to weld nuts on there and get the things out, and it's too much of a pain to sit there and keep snapping bolts and trying to fight them to get them out, when we just need to wait and put new bolts in, because you're gonna dig yourself in a hole. So anyways, moving on is we got more stuff to do. Can you imagine that? So this tire right here is flat. It is flat. So fun fact, on our corn planer, before we redid it all, we always had a tire that had a leak in it. It probably took about 3 days to go completely flat. So during planting season, obviously back then, we didn't plant as much as we do now. And every day, we just air up the tire and keep going, because we only be planting in 3-4 days. Well, since then, we finally fixed the tire. And, we aired up that tire for probably 8 years. And just every time we went to go plant, got to air up the tire first. Well, it's a similar story to this thing, but if our luck would have it, is every time we went to air up the tire on the corn planter, the valve stem would be stuck right beside those parallel arms coming down. And I told my dad, we ain't doing that this year. We're fixing it now, and it's going to be done, because I ain't doing it. Because this is most likely going to be my planter. So, most likely, I'm not airing up the tire every day. We'll just run it flat, because what's it going to hurt?
I feel so low. I'm not myself. I feel so low. I'm not myself. Was it something in the way? Was it meant to be pulled apart?
Have you guys ever just had one of those days where nothing ever works right, and you feel like you could probably just rebuild the whole world by the time you get 6 bolts in a hub? That's how today has gone. See, for example, this tire finally got the tube out of the tire. It only took 30 minutes, and the bead kept trying to rebead itself after I debeading it, trying to take the tire or halfway off. Even though I may or may not have forgot to take the valve stem out of the tube, which was holding air, helping the tire rebead. And then once I took the valve stem out, it didn't do that anymore. So, but that wasn't an issue at all. It had nothing to do with the tire rebeading itself. Definitely nothing to do at all with it. Definitely not my fault. But anyways, I finally accomplished getting the tube out of the tire, and I put some air in it, and I don't know if you guys can see, but there's no leaking issue. There's like no air. I don't hear any air coming out. So it's like 9:10 right now at night. If you can't tell, it's dark outside. So I'm going to the house, and we'll let this joker sit overnight, and if it still holds air tomorrow, we'll just buy a new tube, because I'm not putting this joker back in there and then going flat again. Because I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with tires before, but tires are a pain in the butt. Because I always thought it was cool going to the tire shop when I was a little kid and seeing the guys getting to work on all the tires. And I thought that'd be a pretty cool thing to do when I'm older. No, not at all. Tires suck. They suck real bad. Happy Sunday afternoon, everybody. Look what is going on here. Yeah, not much. Just a trailer hooked to a truck. you guys will see coming up that actually pretty soon is what we have purchased. Now, it's not an item, it doesn't have a motor, or it is an item, it does not have a motor. And they're rectangular, they're tall, and they're made of concrete, and they're blocks. I wonder if you guys can put together now what we got. And we got 4 of them. Just take blocks and concrete and add the 2 words together, and then times it times 4. And if you can't figure it out then I don't know what to do for you. And these items are very large and very heavy, so maybe you can figure it out then. Would you look there? There is another round bale. So for the ones of you who don't know, I don't think I've ever said this on video, but we have a neighbor who does hay a 1/4 mile away from the house. So we just go when we need a new round bale for the horses, and we just go over there and pick one up. And for the ones of you wondering, don't ever get horses or donkeys or anything in 4 legs that is somewhat related to a horse or horse body. Just all of the above. Don't get them, and I'm going to tell you why. Because when you have a mom and a sister who are animal lovers, they don't know what the word enough means. See, we max out on enough because we run out of money to spend. As in, we find out that we can't afford any more tractors or anything new because we just plain out run out of money to spend. Participate much in the farming business side of things. So they just keep going. They just keep going. They keep wanting more. And they're just like, dang, horses are expensive, but I wonder when I can get another one. And they keep saying that they need more pasture land to keep the horses fed. And just remind you, we got 1 normal horse and 3 miniature donkeys, and they probably have 3 acres worth of grass to eat off of all summer, which is plenty. But in their minds, they do not believe that is enough, and they believe they need to keep creeping along, going this way, taking away our cornfield. They keep growing each year, and we're gonna have to put our foot down again. No more. Stop taking our cropland. And it wouldn't be bad because the cropland's not that good anyways where they want to take up at. But what gets frustrating is because guess who the fence builder is? It's not my sister. It's not my mom. You're looking at them, and it's not even my thing. It screws me over both ways you go. Anyways, that's my daily rant for about horses today. I'm sure I'll have a new one come tomorrow. Happy Monday afternoon, everybody. It's a Monday, so the day ain't gone great because it's a Monday, you know. Mondays always suck. But look at our big 16-foot trailer. It's been a long old time since we've had this girl out and about. Mainly just because we bought our gooseneck trailer, so now that thing is used instead of this thing, because this thing, the boards are sort of rotted out, and the bushings and everything underneath the trailer that involves rotating and moving or bushings or anything, all of the above pretty much needs to be replaced on it. Frames rusting out. Yeah, it's a junk trailer now. It needs to be rebuilt. We have the stuff to rebuild it, we just don't have time to. But anyways, we gotta go pick up some trays at the chicken houses with that thing, so you guys will see it in action, it wobbling and flopping all down the road. But anyways, look how good this tractor cleans up. For spending its whole life in the chicken houses, it still shines. Alright, we got the trays on the trailer and they're sitting right outside the shop here, and we will show you guys when we get to it. I'm not sure when we're going to get to it because, you know, we got rain and weather, and it's springtime in early March, so that means it's warm, then it gets cold, and then it rains a lot, then it's dry, and then as soon as it gets dry enough to do something outside of the shop, it rains again, so you just play the game. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. So it has been a while since we've done a devotional, and I've been meaning to. It's just one of those things that you think about it as soon as the video is posting, you go, oh crap, I forgot to do that, and then it just It's a train that just keep going. But anyways, we got one ready. So what I'm going to talk about is pleasing others, or in other words, your physical appearance to others. So what God says is basically you don't need to strive to please other human beings. In other words, you need to strive to please God. Don't try to strive to please other human beings, because if you do that, you can never know what other human beings think about you truly, because you're never going to know their inside thoughts. Whether it's better to judge your life off what God would think about you. I'm one of those people that I'm going to do what I want, and I'm going to do it when it needs to be done, and I could really care less what other people have to say. I was reading one of the comments in the last couple videos of mine, and somebody said that we're bad, or that we're copying the Larsons or something like that. Anyways, like I said, you can think what you want about me. We are not Larson Farms. We are True Vine Farms, and yes, we both have farming channels. So yes, we are both farming. That means we're going to have similar content no matter what, because we are both farming channels. People just don't seem to wrap their heads around that, and I don't know why. But that is how it is. Now, we're not copying anybody. It's just we're showing our day-to-day life, and they are too, and we just both happen to be farming. And we're probably going to show similar stuff because we're both farmers. But anyways, that's besides the point. We need to do what we can to please God's eyes and better ourselves through His judgment. So obviously, we are never going to be able to 100% please the Lord. And that is because He is perfect, and we are definitely far from perfect. Hate to burst your bubble there. But we need to strive to be better. And I can't tell you what your weaknesses are because I don't know you. And I know what my weaknesses are. And I have to say, alright, these are my weaknesses, these are my sins, this is where I need to be better at. And try to strive towards that. Even though we're never going to be perfect, we can always be striving towards that. So the summary of today's lesson is, don't let others define who you're going to be. Because there are thousands and thousands of people that are going to say you're not this, you're not that, or you're good at that, or whatever they may say. And to be honest, it means nothing, because at the end of your life, and Jesus is either going to say He is mine, or He's going to say I never knew you, and He's going to give you the boot. So anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Hope that you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, faith, family, farming. See you in the next one.